And we're live. Greetings, friends. 5 years in the chat. Welcome. Thank you for being here on your Friday. On Fridays, we free roam. And tonight is not my birthday, regrettably. My birthday is not until October. Tonight, we are celebrating Serena's birthday and also Doc Skullhammer's, whose birthday was earlier this week. And ironically, neither of them may show up to this live stream. What's that about? But that's okay. We're happy to be there for them. Miko says, good morning / evening, Super Antonio and Sadie, mods, and everyone. Greetings to you, Miko. Miko Herptile. And Odog is here. Odog says, greetings, everyone. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Odog. I got your email. And I guess it is a wait and see situation. Odog says hi to Miko with a alligator emoticon and ask if things are going well. Odog says David's got a tube in his chest but is in better spirits and sends love. Shout out to David V, who's recovering, and we're wishing him the best as always. Cloudy says howdy y'all. Miko says same old Odog and you. Greetings, Cloudy. And Cloudy says my birthday is in October as well. A fellow Scorpio. Scorpios for the win. Miko says, hey, Cloudy. Scorpio's the best sign. Sorry. All other signs. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. This is Bad Honor. This is Bad Honor Arthur. He was originally Bad Honor Free Roam, but we're advancing the story because this will turn into the Bad Honor full game commentary and playthrough. But we're just going to do missions for the Bad Honor commentary, and we're starting tonight. So we're starting, I believe, with the train job, and we need to get a Black American Standard bread, which we will do in this live stream. Miko says speedy recovery to David, and Odog says nice outfit. You're a nice outfit, Odog. And we're going to show you that, the Black American Standard bread, but we're not going to show you that in the final full game commentary. This is the raw footage. Ian C says happy birthday, my friend. It is it's Serena's birthday, Ian, and also Doc Skullhammer's. But I appreciate that. My birthday is not until October. But as always, I appreciate you being here, Ian. Happy Friday. And hope you're having a good weekend so far. Appreciate you spending some time here to open up the weekend. I had a great week. Very busy, but I also got a lot of I like organizing. Miko says happy birthday to Serena and Doc. And Ian says, oh yeah, it's Land Gator. Yes, I know it is Ian Gator. What was I going to say? Yeah, I like organizing. It helps my brain. And so, but I was organizing the closets. I organized that closet behind me, and then there's a closet over to this side that has my shoes in it and like bags and random stuff, and it was just. And before it had like a bunch of boxes and random stuff that I hadn't unpacked, so I went through and and organized and threw some stuff away and recycled a bunch and just got everything cleaned up. Same with the closets behind me, and I got a new poster for the back wall for this part here, which you can't really see. We're going to put a poster there, and I've got like this shoe rack organization situation that I'm working on for the closet over there that I'm going to work on all evening, or this weekend, I mean, and that'll be fun to get the shoes all sorted and organized. So it's looking good, and we're going to just let the bounties rack up in every state. We're not going to pay off any bounties ever again as Arthur. which isn't really a problem for missions. It's only when you free roam you have to deal with bounty hunters. But that's okay. Miko says, hello, Ian. And Ian says, howdy, partner. I've always liked the name Ian because of Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond. What is Ian? Ian name, and of course Ian McKellen. Ian name meaning. Ian is a Scottish Gaelic version of the name John. Interesting. Comes from the Hebrew name Yochanan and means God is gracious or the Lord is gracious. The spelling Ian is an anglicization of the Scottish Gaelic forename Ian. Ain. There was a Game of Thrones actor who spelled his name Iain. Iain. Ian Glenn. He was the one who was in love with Khaleesi. Jorah the Ande. Or Jorah the Andal, I guess. I liked him. He was also in Resident Evil. Odak says, Super Antonio, remember that some side missions give extra dialogue or different dialogue as bad honor. Okay, yeah, we'll check that out, Odak. And Ian says, it's Scottish for John. LOL. Yeah, okay, well. And it's interesting, we did this mission before fishing for Jack, with Jack, and they referenced, or Arthur references the Jack mission. They caught up with us near Horseshoe, and even though that hasn't happened yet, Arthur is wearing the rat hat.
Besides, what do you care, Englishman? You've got no time for me.
Yeah, I'm happy with this look. We're going to get the Black American Standard Bred and use him until we get Cerberus, and then we are going to take Cerberus all the way up to Chapter 6.
Real fucking funny.
He's going to be the horse for the final ride.
You're going to sleep with your chest open if you ain't careful, boy.
I love you, Arthur Morgan.
Frodo Swaggin is in the chat. Greetings, Frodo. Appreciate you. Happy Friday. And Frodo says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Frodo.
And let me come on the raid with yous.
Raid?
Don't be playing coy with me,
got my
son.
green
It's
tea.
unbecoming. That bloody train you and him has set up. What you're doing out here, you're going to need guns, you're going to need men.
Oh, that. So Marston told you? It ain't a big show.
How are you,
I need
Frodo?
calmness.
How's history?
I might as well bring Micah along.
Now compare me to that oily turd again. You're a dead man.
I'm glad nothing historical happened
I'm coming,
this
John,
week.
on the job.
I said you weren't.
We were living in interesting times
Arthur
where
says I am, and it's his party
keep
boy, so come on, let's
having
go. Me and the big
unique
cheeses.
historical
Love
events.
it. Can't wait to slit some bastard's throat.
You sure about this?
They just keep stacking up on.
Are we ready?
But I believe that is partly because of the speed of information,
Charles?
the age that we live in, the age of the internet, where everything's fast,
Go earn some money.
and it's kind of driving everyone crazy.
Yep.
Odak says hi to Fro, and Miko says hello, Mr. Swagginses. Hello, Mr. Swagginses. I can't do that voice. Leave now and never. I can't do it. Frodo says, I am well. We are on break until September 3rd. Well done, Frodo. Who's
They see this blocking the tracks, they'll stop soon enough.
Apparently, picks up a new team of
Sorry, I
guards
gotta-
at the state line, so shouldn't be
dealing
too
with
much
elements.
guns to deal with.
This is what I mean.
You used to be able to knock John off when you if you ride really close to a street, to like the sign, the street sign, but you can't do that anymore.
You had your feet up the whole time, playing sick.
I think we already missed it.
Fondling that new scar, like you're gonna buy a breakfast in the morning.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Stay close on this. Wouldn't want you getting scratched by a
Oh, an interesting Grand Theft Auto. I read online, flying this sign, that signpost. You used to be able to ride right next to it and knock John off. It was funny. flying tips for Grand Theft Auto. They said go into first person for helicopter tips rather, because I was having a lot of problem trying to deal with helicopters. And as I recall, when I had problems navigating the wagon, first person really helped, and it was the same difference. So that was interesting.
Fine. Damn you, tree. Sulky, angry, scarface. A right barrel of laughs. So, we block the tracks with the wagon, then jumping. That's the plan.
Pretty much. Charles, you deal with the engineer. John, secure the passenger car fast. Take
I
care
slowed
of
down
the
so we could get all the
donations.
dialogue.
Make sure everyone behaves. Little Mr. McGuire, you focus on the baggage car. Grab any valuables you can find. Shoot your mouth and get a bullet back.
So, what are you doing?
I'll run point. Keep an eye out for outriders and the law. Help you three where I can.
All right.
Cloudy, we're bad men, but we ain't them. Cloudy asks, what's your favorite quote of Red Dead Redemption 2? Probably that one. But, you know, there's just so many.
Here's good.
The kind of
Over the tracks.
man a young whippersnapper can really look up to. You know, there's just so many. But we're bad men, but we ain't them is probably my favorite. Frodo says, I really appreciate that in Grand Theft Auto's online character creator, you can choose John Marston as your father. Wow.
When she slows,
Cloudy says, mine is we're more ghosts than people. Yeah, that's another good one.
Let's do or die with you. I like it.
get moving.
His relationship with Mrs. Adler really humanizes him.
Here she comes.
Especially if we're doing a bad honor playthrough. And I deliberately tried to leave the carbine repeater on the horse, and the game automatically defaulted. The game wants us to have 2 long guns, I guess, but I just wanted bolting. Bodog says, mine too, Super Antonio, loyalty. Be loyal to what matters. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess we need a carbine repeater because for that scene where he loads where he racks it. Also, I should,
Finish up here and join
I was
us on
thinking
board.
that's a question I can ask if Batzaro shows up or a veteran or someone who knows guns. Miko says, people don't forget. Nothing gets forgiven. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob. And then we robbed all these people, or the ones that the game would let us rob just for the honor dings, even though we're maxed out for bad honor. We're as far as we can go for chapter 2. Frodo says, Arthur on the oil wagon is in my top 3 cutscene moments. Frodo, you're in my top 3 cutscene moments. Jerry Harris says, hi, watching and playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Well done, Jerry. That's how I want you to consume my content. And happy Friday to you.
Keep it coming. Don't be shy.
People like you make me sick.
I need
You
all
seem
your
to
money,
think we're
my
playing
friend.
games.
You got a big problem. I want to count this. God damn it.
John refers to one of these couples as deal with Romeo and Juliet over here. But it's not like they're 14 and 15 years old.
Go ahead and look for the baggage car.
Right, you are.
Tough guy, huh?
Frodo says, sorry, I must have missed the comment, but what's the question about firearms? I noticed when Michael, when Michael in Grand Theft Auto, when Michael, Trevor, and what's his name, Franklin, will reload like an AR. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what that is, but you know what an AR is. So they'll rack it in there, and then they'll like bump the top of it, like that. Before, it's just a little extra animation, which seems very authentic and I like it, but it adds time to the reload process to get back to the, You know, I first noticed it when Trevor did it during a rampage moment. And I was like, what is that about? I mean, it looks authentic, it looks real, I like it, but I don't know what it does. And Miko and Odok says, hi, Jerry. My favorite part of this mission, of course, is the manual tagging. And we did quite well. I was very pleased with this fight. However, we're on the Black Arabian, who's a little clumsy, if you know what I mean. So we messed up the getaway.
This time I'll look and you provide the cover.
Try my best, brother, but I'm seeing double here.
That gives you twice the chance of hitting someone.
Very funny.
We'll take
Sadie's
that.
under the desk.
At least you ain't got a hole in it.
Oh, and I found an action figure I actually want.
Just keep your
And,
eyes
you know,
peeled.
it has literally been years, a year at least, before I've seen, like, an action figure that I want. And it happened because, you know, I was doing research and I found that, that John Marston action figure. Frodo says there's a forward assist button on that particular weapon that ensures the cartridge is fully chambered. The AR is still notorious for not fully chambering a cartridge as the weapon gets used more. And so that kind of settles it in there,
Got a problem?
I suppose.
Arseholes on horses.
It's a lovely
Like to
touch.
see a pair of them.
In that case, we're fighting. Smith, get
Yeah, so, but, you know, ironically, because there's no, like, new action figures available that I'm interested in, not really, but I found an old one from Pirates of the Caribbean, Stranger Tides. Angelica, I believe she was Barbarossa's daughter, played by Penelope Cruz, and she has an action figure. And she just looks like a pirate queen. Super cute. She'll look great next to Mrs. Adler on my shelf. So I will get her for birthday / Xmas. Frodo says it's exaggerated for the sake of GTA, Grand Theft Auto. It's a nice touch, Frodo. We have explosive rounds. Not really using our manual tag, just going for center of mass. See, and we already have to go, but we're on the wrong horse for the job.
Let's go. Stay with me.
And I wondered, because it seemed to me that we had more law that we had to evade, that this was slightly harder. I believe it may be because our honor is so low. But Arthur didn't help. Cloudy says lots of people compare Michael and Arthur because of the Deadeye slow mode, but the original was Max Payne. I don't agree with the comparison between Michael and Arthur, simply because Michael is a family man and he's gotten out of the life and he's dragged back into it. It's so embarrassing. Arthur meant to do that. Okay, here we go. And Arthur never got a chance to get out of the life. I know, you know, he had that lady with Isaac, but he didn't settle down with her. And then, you know, he had the romance with Mary when he was younger, but he never, like, got out and got a ranch and was dragged back in. And ironically, I don't know what it says about my character, but my favorite character in GTA is Trevor. I love Trevor. I love everything about him. I love his chaotic evil. That it's chaotic evil slash good or slash neutral. He has a sense of justice. Odoc says, "How did you feel about that email? Hope and pray it's true." I wouldn't put it past him to release a 4K version for console. It's of this game. It's a wait and see situation. I don't know if we'd make a video out of it. Brady says, "Hello and happy birthday." Thank you, Brady. Technically, regrettably, and I apologize for the clickbaity title, my birthday is in October, but this is a birthday stream for two of our mods, Doc Skullhammer and Serena, or Starhearts. Serena was in the hospital recently, and regrettably, neither of them are here. What's that about? But the last time both of them were here, I told them that we would do a birthday stream for them, and so that's why we're here. But in addition, we're doing like a bunch of Bad Honor missions tonight for the Bad Honor full game commentary and playthrough, which I'll kind of start working on it or start releasing videos in September, and we'll probably take it, that'll take us to the end of the year.
Think they followed us from Blackwater?
Maybe. They found me already near Horseshoe.
Miko says, "Watched a YouTube ad for a laptop that had Stephen Ogg and Ned Luke." Yeah, I think that's a lot about, a lot of his character is due to, I like Stephen Ogg, the actor. I first took notice of him in Westworld, where he plays a character similar to Trevor, but I believe all his characters are similar to Trevor. But I love everything about him. His weird sexuality, where it's more about power and dominance to him instead of like sensual pleasure, and just his rampage mode. He's got an odd sense of justice. But yeah, he's great. His keen fashion sense. I was dressing him in like these filthy sweatpants that are default, and combat boots, and like a bowling shirt with flames and a trucker hat. It's perfect for him, and a mullet, of course. Cloudy says he was in The Walking Dead as well, right? I kind of remember that. Stephen Ogg, Walking Dead. He's Canadian. I did not know that. He was also in Breaking Bad, so I've seen him in so many things. No, he's in Better Call Saul. He was born in Edmonton, Alberta. Yeah, he played Rebus in Westworld, and Simon in season 6. So I was already gone by then.
You're back.
Riff Magos. Greetings, Riff. Says, "Hello, Super Antonio. I've been enjoying the Blood Money Sean McGuire missions in Red Dead Online lately. Alt Lobby is level 21. Greetings, Riff. Appreciate you. I'm glad you're here. Happy Friday. Brady says his thick Canadian accent. And Mama One is here. Everyone say hi to Mama One and Papa One. Brady says, grew up in Calgary, though, I believe. And Papa One says, hey, family. And Miko says hello to Riff. Odoc says MP1, which is his shorthand for Mama One and Papa One. Riff says hello to Miko. Mama One, it's a birthday stream for Serena and Doc, who are not here, but that's okay. We will celebrate their birthday in their honor. David is recovering. Odoc has been talking to him. And Mama One says, so apparently horses do drink water. Yeah, they sure do. It's pretty funny. It's a really easy animation to get. I've got a couple more of those coming up. Pretty much you can just like walk into the corral and just wait. It's like, and they'll like cycle around. They've got like the sitting down, or you know, like where they kind of like fold up. They'll do that for a little bit and they pace back and forth. They hoof the ground. They'll graze a little bit, and then they'll walk over to the trough. Mom One says, is Serena okay? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm hoping that she is. Odog says, I was right. You were, Odog. Mama One says, I never paid attention. Yeah, no one did. It's just another one of those amazing details in the game. Rift says, I do love Arthur's antagonistic responses in the story mode. They work well in real life too. LOL. Yeah. It's so much easier to say hi and hello to people in this game than it is in real life. Mama One says, what horse are you using? We're using the Black Arabian, but we are going to get the Black American Standard Bred. However, we're also, excuse me, we're also doing Jamie's mission. So we're going to use that Black Arabian to, so we can duplicate that horse. And we need to shoot that frying pan for David. Papa One says, I hope David and Serena are well. David is recovering. I know that because Odog is in contact with him and sends his love. Now, interesting, if we pick up that salmon, we get another extra dishonor bump. And Papa One, I hope you're doing well, friend. Mama One says, I made kangaroo stew, kangaroo kebabs, and pecan pie. Well done, Mama One. Appreciate you. I wanted David to make kangaroo tacos, and then Odog was going to make emu buffalo wings. Brady says, the best music in the game is the Jamie mission. There's a lot of best music in this game. And we are doing the Jamie mission tonight, Brady. So we can duplicate this Black Arabian. Then we're going to get rid of both of them and get a Black American Standard Bred. And that will be our bad honor horse until we get to Cerberus. I believe we have bounties in every state. What's that about? We'll just let them rack up. Stop by the mill. Frodo says, oh, I just remembered. I did get my hands on a seal brown Dutch warm blood from a lawman after racking up a $300 bounty in Valentine. Well done, Frodo, in chapter 2. I mean, okay. I had never noticed, but I'm always like on the lookout for the piebald Tobiano. Here. Sadie's under the desk. So I'll bring her back up so she can say hi to the 13 people in the chat and Mama One, of course. Say hi to Mama One and Papa One. There she is. She's a happy girl. She saw all her friends today and had a long walk. Papa One says, I'm feeling well today. I had much more energy since we got horses again. It's like I'm young again. Well done, Papa One. I spent 3 hours training 2 thoroughbreds for entry into the next Kentucky Derby. Wow. Brady says, I love the few spotted Appaloosa. And O-Dog has a bunch of dog emoticons, including a bone. See, and it's interesting that that the carbine repeater is still, is in the weapons locker, but the game still pulled it out for the Sean mission. Papa One says, I am also working with Appaloosas and Hanoverian half-breds. They are training to be Amish workhorses. And Sadie's licking the sunblock. What's that about? Okay, let's go see Mary. Brady asks, Papa One, have you seen True Appaloosa, a great documentary? Let's look that up. True Detective. It's on Amazon Prime. A woman sets out to learn about the origins of the Appaloosa spotted horse. Interesting. Papa One says, I put horseshoes on my horse racer and Mama One's horse, Nellie. It's always fun. I really wish this lady had a shotgun.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Double
mean to
barrel.
disturb you.
Perfect for home defense.
Is Mrs.
Very
Hammond
intimidating.
in?
Way more intimidating
see.
than holding a cattleman. And I don't like how she's holding it either.
Collar for you.
O-Dog says, maybe he can do a movie night on it. And Cloudy says, I got a free brindle thoroughbred from that lady you race.
Hello.
She got off her horse, so I kept it. I think it was glitched. No, she always gets off. So yeah, if you chase her, you can also get it. But
Okay.
Papa One says, I've never seen it, Brady,
Where's
but I
what's
will
his
look
name?
into it.
Died.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I watched
too.
Hell House
Happened a while ago.
LLC, another found footage
Pneumonia.
horror movie.
Bad business.
They made
Sure.
3 of them, and
So,
I can highly recommend it. The basic, it's found footage. It's about these guys
No,
who
ain't like
who
that,
put on like a haunted house attraction in an actual haunted house,
Listen, Arthur.
and that's it.
I-
And the interesting thing about it
I'm
is, it's found
my
footage,
family.
and
I need your help.
and
you mean the family that
the
always
sequel.
went down?
I mean, each one
want me to help?
that comes
It's my
next
little
is
brother,
scarier than the
Jamie.
previous one. Which I complain a lot
liked
about
Jamie.
modern movies, but it's
least
like it's
compared to
really
the
hard to
rest.
do that in a franchise. For example, Friday the 13th, like all the classics, 80s,
broken Daddy's heart.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
has a
Don't make me beg you, Arthur.
Halloween especially, they just got progressively goofier and stupider as
We need
as
your
the
help
sequels
real
progressed.
bad.
But these ones,
Little Jamie's
they were
joined
really
the
able. The
Chelonians.
filmmakers were really
That
able to
strange
rack up the
religious order.
intensity and the scares.
They're quite
um,
mad, Arthur.
from
They'll kill
basically
him.
the same
You're
premise.
The only person he'd listen to.
So, I'm too
Papa One says
rough.
Arthur tells Mary he's sorry her husband passed, knowing darn well he's lying. as he still loves her.
I'm
Well, you know,
sorry.
you got to be
I
polite.
understand if you don't want to help me, but
He is
I
a
think
gentleman.
of you
Even
often.
bad honor, Arthur.
Long time ago now.
I'm begging you.
And what I love, the
Arthur.
you know, I love
Jamie
found
Jamie's
footage
life,
movies
not
when they're
the
done well.
nightmare that his daddy dreamed up for
And
him.
I still
Jamie's
like
so
Paranormal
innocent,
Activity slightly better. I'd give like Paramount, if Paranormal Activity is like a 94,
Will you help me?
I would give Hell House LLC like an 89. It's very close. But with Hell House, you know, it's like they were open for one night, and you know, a disaster happened, people died, and you know, it's like there's like,
I'll see what I can
you know, scary evil clowns, and they open a portal to hell, and you know, but
do. You already
the story is told through security footage, you know, the filmmakers or the videographers, you know, of the like the haunted house guys, and also like the guests, like random YouTubers, like, you know, like were like uploading videos of like of the experience. And one of my, you know, it's like it's one of the first scenes, and it really grabs you, where you know, everyone's excited, you know, it's like a viewer is like filming his experience as they're going into this attraction. And you know, it's just all, you know, like fake skeletons and cobwebs and, you know, sound effects and strobe lights. It's not scary at all. It's pretty typical haunted house stuff. And then like one of the scare actors runs away from them, you know, it's like, and he like turns and follows, and he turns to his friend and goes, "Is that part of the show?" And what I loved about it is like the people, the viewers, the guests are running towards the danger, and the people, you know, the scary things, and the people that were hired to scare you are running away from it. And it was just a wonderful juxtaposition. And then, you know, the story is told in retrospect. You know, it's like you're being, like, the survivors are being interviewed by the police or whoever. Yeah, I think it's the police. And you know, and then they will cut to like scenes from the found footage part. But what's interesting, you know, it's like, you know, because it's told in retrospect in the format of an interview, it lulls the viewers into like a sense of complacency, because the danger is past. It's in the past. It's already happened. But without spoiling anything, you know, there's some wonderful twists, because it's not in the past. The danger is very present. The danger is happening right now as you watch it, and it's just wonderful. I can't recommend it enough. It's available both on Amazon Prime and Tubi. And Bazzaro is here. Greetings, Bazzaro. I had a weapons question for you, but Frodo answered it. Another veteran. Cloudy says, "Are you a fan of the Alien films that starts with the Sigourney Weaver?" I sure am, Cloudy. I love that franchise. But that also kind of got progressively goofier after part 2. Rage 10 says, "Hi, everyone's greetings, Rage." And Batzar says, "Popping in to say howdy while I smoked a cigarette. My son and I started an X-Files watch through. It's my favorite show. He's never seen it. Batzaro, the truth is out there." I love Gillian Anderson with a passion that of 1,000 suns. You know, redhead. I love her height. I love her character in that series. All the autopsies she does. She also smokes, and she has a lovely accent in real life. Betzaro. She's English. I mean, I think she was born in America and raised in England. She's got a lovely accent, and she has aged quite well. How old is Gillian Anderson? She's got to be at least 50. She is 56. And you know, They always lie about their age, so she's probably 62. She named one of her kids Piper Maru. Okay.
Gentlemen,
Rach says, "Where's Sadie? Where is she? I can't tell. Everything's dark except here. Like I'm in this big, like spotlight. But I brought her back.
very word.
The boy has chosen a path, sir.
There's Sadie. Say hi to Rage 10. Betzara says she was doing one when I paused it. Yeah, so many favorite episodes, Betzaro. That is one series I'd like to get on Blu-ray or DVD.
The boy has chosen a path. He's chosen safety.
And yes, she aged
What
beautifully.
path have you chosen, sir?
I don't know about this.
Yeah, all
nonsense.
Hollywood,
Let me speak
you know,
to
all
the
actors
boy.
lie about their ages. It's like,
Are
and
you always
so
this
it's
negative and antagonistic, sir?
they always like shave off 5 or 10 years at the start of their career, and then they're like committed to it. That's why they like,
Talk to the boy.
you know, Batzara, Papa one says, asks, Batzara, how are your goats doing? So at the end of their lives, you know,
That's enough, Arthur.
it just
Kid, come on. This is
thing when, you know, when events and old age catch up to
Better than
them,
one in paradise?
they're like committed to the age that they have claimed to be,
paradise. Now, let me take
and
you
it
home.
comes
You're
as a
sad
surprise
man,
or a,
Arthur.
You're a real sad man.
or a, you know, it always seems odd.
Not a chance.
Batzara says the first season is an amazing season of television. Yeah, Batzara, I watched until they moved to LA. You know, it's like you know, it was essential. You know, that silvery Pacific Northwest light to me is essential to the X-Files. And then when they brought that, you know, to like the harsh light of like Southern California, and you know that harsh yellow light of Southern California and in Los Angeles, it kind of lost something for me. However, in the later seasons, Ricky Jay, one of my favorite magicians, actor magicians, and card mechanics, has an episode.
We gotta do this the hard way. I don't have to answer to you.
Papa One says, Super Antonio, are you in an apartment? Yes, I am. If so, how does Sadie handle movement? Does she bark a lot at noises? No, she doesn't really. We had, she'll bark at her friends outside the window. It's like she'll look, she has a little window in the bedroom, and if she sees a dog out there, she'll bark at them, say hello. And so I've got to like, hey, come on, calm down. And she will alert me if there's someone at the door, if like we get a package or something. So that's nice. And then we had a plumber in here recently, and she kind of growled at him. But and I put her in her crate. But yeah, she's pretty quiet. Batzar says, it changed, but I still love it. I'm a Mulder, if that makes sense. LOL. Yeah, he moved back there for his wife. And I believe, don't quote me on this, let's look it up. I believe they are still married.
You're an outlaw.
I'll look it up right
Leave me
now.
alone. They're good people.
Tia,
I'm warning you, Arthur
what's her
Morgan.
name? Tia Leone, yeah. Oh no, they divorced in
Leave
2014.
me alone.
So they only made it for like 7
Please,
years.
kid. Put that gun down.
I warn you, Arthur. I'm gonna. I don't
Frodo
know
says, I must say goodnight now. The missus is ready to call it a night, which means I am too, Frodo. Frodo, thank you for being here, friend. Appreciate you. Always remember, a happy wife means a happy life. And Batzaro says it's currently my son's ringtone, Micah. And Micah says, I like the theme song for the X-Files. Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Let's go see your sister.
Okay.
Miko says that is one fast Morgan if an Moravian can't catch up to it. Yes, the game makes it that way.
It's okay, kid.
And Mama One says, I love how the Morgan Jamie rides is on speed, yet Morgans are really slow. And Bizarro says, night, Frodo.
I don't know enough about it.
Well, now we're going to duplicate. You know, it's like, and
There ain't no shame in looking for a better
just
one.
like Arthur to hand that
I miss you,
cattleman
Arthur.
back to him. Now we're going to
Are you and Mary
duplicate
sweet
this
on one
horse.
another again?
That's all it
And I'm amazed they haven't fixed this yet. Bizarro says, I'm going inside, y'all. Okay, Bizarro, thanks. Enjoy your evening. Give my regards to Agent Scully. And Director Skinner, I really liked him. He was a great boss. So, dismount, run away, get back on. Don't let Jamie get back on. Right away, return, and Jamie will spawn whatever horse you're riding. Batzara says, I've got something cool to tell you next time, Papa. Well, there will be a next time. And Mama One says, good night, Batzaro. And Papa One says, night, brother.
Can we get back to Mary now?
It's been a long time,
There.
Jamie Gillis.
There, my friends,
Where exactly are we headed?
is your second Black Arabian. If you ever wanted a second one. Now, you have to bond with the horse. You got to get it to level 1 and bond, and a little bit beyond.
Kill yourself
Just like Cerberus.
You taught me how to ride a horse.
too well, apparently.
Micah says, Jamie acts as Arthur's personal bodyguard and will attack anyone Arthur attacks. LOL. I've never tried that.
They're decent.
And Miko says, hey, Micah.
Please tell me you didn't give him any money.
Of course I did. They rely on charitable donations.
Jesus, Jamie, come on.
I just wanted to believe that there might be something good coming my way one day. Guess that
And Micah says, hello to Miko.
Turtle.
So we'll load up on peppermint or apples. And,
all Father kept telling me
yeah, I
was,
knew we did some
"You won't
peppermints on
amount to
this.
anything. You're not enough of a man." I had to get away. I couldn't take it anymore.
And that's the only reason we did this. We would have skipped this because we're doing a bad honor playthrough, of course. But
Hey, don't talk about him like that.
we
What do you want me to say, Jamie?
we needed to
He's a good father.
get an extra Arabian.
Man,
He won't be happy I saw you.
please send him my worst regards.
And then we have to go a little farther. You know, we have to dismount and make sure we got the temporary icon.
So, you were saying?
And then we can
Yes, he's right.
then we can take my Jamie home. Arthur doesn't even get a kiss out of the deal or even a hug.
You lie.
So sad.
Don't think too hard.
Apples, I guess.
Apples?
Yeah, I love apples.
Okay.
13 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam.
Alright, go work in an orchard then.
By that token,
Papa
you
once
must
says,
really
we were
like
well
sheep
known
then,
for
Robert."
breeding Arabians, but my dad never cared to ride them. He was 6'5", so he's always felt like riding an Arabian was like riding a carousel.
Are
He
you still
preferred
with Dutch?
thoroughbreds.
What was his name? Hester?
I think John Wayne was 6'5".
Still the same,
John
sort of.
Wayne
And Annabelle and
height.
Bessie?
John Wayne was 6'4", so your dad was taller than the Duke.
Maybe Mary did make the right
Tom
choice.
Selleck's height.
No doubt. But none
Selleck.
of it is anything like the nonsense you're
Tom
eating.
Selleck height.
So, are you
And Tom
two getting
Selleck was
back
also
together?
6'4",
I told you.
or is, I guess.
Just ask me for a favor.
You know Barry Lyndon's
Bodog says,
dead?
yeah, we get more from bath ladies. Yeah,
He told me.
but you know,
The door's
we're paying for
open,
the
so to
privilege.
speak.
An extra 25 cents.
Different people now.
Papa one says, Dad liked fast race horses and fancy thoroughbred show horses. That's why we raised thoroughbreds. Dad
Always
loved
too
them.
good for me. Let's just get you back to your sister. She's waiting at the station for us. Here we are. She must be waiting inside.
So Mary's a widow, and Sadie's a widow, and Charlotte's a widow. Arthur's got a thing for widows.
You're nervous about seeing her, aren't you?
What's that about? Micah says, I hope to own a horse in real life one day. That would be cool.
Jamie,
Yeah, I hope you do
Jamie!
as well, Micah.
Come home, please.
Maybe take horse lessons to
Father's
see if you
been very sad.
Father wouldn't know sadness if it died in his bed.
you know, you can kind of like rent horses,
But I'll come home.
and that way you don't
My
have to
boy, my sweet
commit to
boy.
actually, you know,
Come
stable
on.
space and
Oh, Arthur,
and feed care and maintenance.
thank you.
Papa One says every
Thank
one
you.
of his personal horses were thoroughbreds, from Clyde Barrow
And you,
to
Arthur.
Texas Red. My dad
And
always rode a
you.
thoroughbred. His first was named after Bonnie and Clyde. Yes, I knew that. Papa One. And Papa One says, I'll give you a good price, Micah. There, he gets a handshake out of the deal. And Mary's a healthy
You're.
young woman.
Oh, you'll never change.
It is a rock star game
I
after
know
all.
that.
I feel a bad honor Arthur would not write in his journal or
Feel like
draw as
luckiest
much as he
man
does.
alive.
I feel that
Feel
like his drawing and his artistic expression is more a good honor thing. I don't think Arthur would care.
I trust I will not make a
Or I don't
god-awful
think
fool
rather
of
bad
myself
honor
once
Arthur would
more.
care.
Somehow I imagine I shall.
And I wish we could get as bad as Trevor. Micah says, isn't Arthur himself a widower? Yeah, I don't think he married her, Micah. I think he just had a son with her.
Yeah.
And there is your free Black Arabian. Mom one says, Bad Honor is fun. I have one chapter 4 saved where I use Bad Arthur to blow off anger. Yeah, we're going to take him all the way to chapter 6. But now we're going to get rid of those horses. We don't need them.
Maybe run it around some. I got space for you if you need stabling. Come on out and bring that horse back.
Mama one says, I never knew this exploit. I will use it now. Yeah. As far as I know, I discovered it.
Have a look around. Have a look around.
What's that about? And the videos did they did okay. I discovered it too late.
Something slip your mind? So I hear
Mama
some
one says an
promise
interesting
to
playthrough is Bad Honor until chapter 6. Well, we're going to do Bad Honor through chapter 6 because I want to see the Bad Honor coyote when Arthur finally lets loose. He's going to leave John and go for the cash.
All right, have a think about it.
Micah says, if you discovered it too early, Rockstar probably would have patched it. Yeah, you're right, Micah. But it would have blown up the channel.
Back so soon?
Like the Biscuit Moonstone Pond blew up the channel. Not complaining. Just kind of telling you how it is. I love the Hungarian half-bred. It's one of my favorite horses, but that horse is kind of useless in combat. And it's okay at hunting. But I love the size and the look of her. Might as well pick up some free stew. Wish we lost honor for taking that stew, but we do not. Mom once says, seeing how Arthur goes from being evil to being the best person he can, it seems more lifelike. Well, it is Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead Damnation. Arthur is a fighter who wants to die until he finds out he's gonna die. Then he relooks at how he lives. Mom once says brindle thoroughbred versus piebald. I do love the brindle thoroughbred for hunting. It's a perfect hunting animal. And I wanted to see what that horse was. I thought for a second that it was a Mahogany Bay, which is impossible. But I prefer the piebald as a daily driver for Arthur. Micah says a good example would be full access to New Austin as Arthur. Now you need version 1.0. Yes. Yes, that's true. And we only have a $5 bounty in Amberino. We're going to have to work on that. Miko says some players even use the Arabian in shootouts because it has a lower hitbox. I never like taking horses into harm's way. I will always dismount. I don't want to lose a horse, especially in combat. Mom one says, I feel the thoroughbred fits Arthur. I do like the Silver Dapple Missouri Foxtrotter and Cerberus. Yes, we are going to use the Black American Standard Bred until we get to Cerberus, and then we are going to take Cerberus on that final ride. And this commentary, this Bad Honor commentary will go a little bit faster, I think, than the full game commentary, because the full game commentary and playthrough, and sometimes I would just focus on the playthrough part. So there's a lot of free roam involved in that commentary, that full game commentary. And this one is just going to be focused on missions. So we'll do like 2 or 3. We got some bounty hunters. 2, 3, 4 missions, like knock out like an hour's worth of videos. So it'll go pretty fast. Papa once says, during the Civil War, guerrilla fighters on both sides used horses and would carry 5 or so percussion pistols. Horses would get shot all the time, but times were different. My dad and me did competition. Yeah, I just feel it's irresponsible to let your horse get shot in this game, but that's just me. I wanted to funnel these the bounty hunters onto this bridge. They were too far away. My dad and me, Pop One says, did competition shooting on horseback, but no horses were harmed. We still to this day train horses to be used in shooting competitions. We get the horses used to shooting by shooting guns off near their ears. Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, yeah, speaking of training, I got, or, you know, you were asking if Sadie barks a lot, and she does, you know, it's like, I got her as a rescue, and, you know, from my auntie, who got her from, you know, who actually technically rescued her, and she, you know, I think she found her on the street, but whoever had raised her before my aunt got her, was very, very mean to her, and taught her not to bark, but in a very, I assume, cruel way, because it takes a lot for her to bark, and she always feels like she's in trouble. Sometimes she just can't help it though. But she'll always look at me like she expects me to punish her for barking. And I was like, you can bark as much as you want. I don't care. But yeah, she learned that lesson hard. So sad. And Papa One continues, and by putting blinders which made them lose sight, so they would use their hearing to adjust themselves. A good horse can be blindfolded and then figure out its surroundings only by using their hearing. Interesting. I know you can put those things so they only look forward. You see those on city horses all the time. Police horses and then like a horse and buggies. And we only have the buckskins, so we're gonna have to do an old save and reload, which I do not know if I show, but we're gonna get the Black American for ODOG. Yeah, we're doing the save. We're doing an exit reload. Papa One continues, once they get used to the gunshots, they are calm and will be able to navigate. Rather, they are blind and deaf. We had a deaf horse that we saved. Her name was Magenta, and she was so smart. Papa One continues, Magenta was so smart she could tell where you were when you whistled. She would hear through the vibrations that the sound produces. She could not hear, but she felt the vibrations, voices, and footsteps created. Interesting. And we got this horse, but it was a very inelegant approach. And I don't think we get this. I think we have to do one more exit. Chase these Morgans away. 10 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Glad you're here. appreciate you. Happy Friday. On Fridays, we free roam.
Yep.
Yeah, the game is Red Dead Redemption. However, we're going to do our best not to redeem ourselves. We will not be giving Brother Dorkin the extra cash. We will not be giving Mrs. Downs the extra cash. We will be asking for a reward in Chapter 6 from that lady that we rescue from Beaver Hollow. Mama Wen says, horses are honestly some of the smartest animals ever. I feel people would be better off these days if they worked with horses. Yeah, I can see that. That connection that you formed, that bond we share. That's another favorite quote. Nothing means more to me than this gang, that bond we share. You're connecting with something stronger than you.
Okay then.
We don't have time to play at Hanging Dog Ranch. Mama One says, technically Arthur redeems himself either way as he chooses John over Dutch, no matter which ending. Yes. Yes, that's true. The game forces you into a semblance of redemption, but we are going to get that Bad Honor Coyote. Because I want to make a short out of it. Also, what was it going to say? Oh yeah, one thing I hate when I watch, when I'm doing on dog walks, is I'll see dog walkers with their phones out, scrolling, not paying attention to the dog, just kind of like letting the dog do their thing, just not, and just more interested in what's going on online, the latest post got likes or whatever, than actually paying attention to the dog and staying in the moment. One of the fun things I love the dog walk because she loves it so much, and I want to see the world through her eyes. What is she interested in? Even though it's like random poop inspections, it's like, but still, I'm very curious about how she sees the world, and I know it's her favorite part of the day. So I just want to appreciate that and be there for her. And also, you only have a dog for a finite amount of time, and you're going to have your phone for your whole life. And also, the phone is the first thing you pick up in the morning and the last thing you put down at night. You can leave the phone alone for a couple, for like 20 minutes. But it's hard. Especially for the ladies and the young ladies to do that. But I always appreciate when I see a dog walker who doesn't have their phone out. And we got this raise here. And a bear shows up. So we can see the bear, but I didn't even notice. And instinctively, I just was like, oh geez, a bear. And so I got rid of the bear. But I wish I hadn't. I really wish we had that had played out. But we didn't. Papa One says, I wish we still used horses for transportation. I honestly just love riding a horse. Hopefully when I pass on, I will get to heaven and reunite with Dad, and we will start riding and breaking horses with him. Yeah, I think that will happen, Papa One.
Oh, God.
Miko says my phone is basically just a glorified alarm clock these days, with Arthur as the alarm. Of course. And Mama One says, the bear was helping to fight the O'Driscolls. You should have brought him into the gang. Could have helped with the rat problem. Yes, I know. It was just... It didn't even occur to me. It was just... everything was happening too fast. And it was just another thing to shoot. And what happened to our horse? Mama One says, I hope GTA 6 keeps the gore like Red Dead Redemption 2. We shall see. I don't have a good feeling about GTA 6 because of the times that we are in. We shall see what happens. Let's go look for that Black American Standard bread. And then after this, we shall do one final mission with Jack, which really isn't a mission, but it unlocks the fishing pole, and we get to spend time with Jack. And I will tell you an amusing anecdote. Papa One says, Super Antonio, I'm so thankful that you have let us be a part of these live streams. Oh, we're happy to have you here, Papa One. It's honestly our favorite thing to do together. After streams, we keep talking for hours about how much fun we had. Okay, that's great. That is, I'm happy to have you here. You are an essential part of the chat and the live stream. And I do believe that the connections that we can forge is one of the best parts of the internet. That's like the internet at its best is the connections and the communication, and having and there's the Black American, and having basically all the information in the world available at your fingertips. But it's a strength, and it's a blessing and a curse, and regrettably it's more about the curse. And Arthur meant to do that. Very inelegant. But that's one way to get the Black American. Mama One says the only thing with the piebald Tobiano is it is a white horse, and I can't stand to let their coat get dirty. That horse is not happy. I still had like GTA 5 reflexes, because I've basically been playing GTA 5 for the whole month before we came back to Arthur.
There, boy.
Arthur. Let's saddle up. Tomorrow night we are doing another Western for the Saturday movie night. Pale Rider with Clint Eastwood. Then next Saturday we shall do Spaceballs because it's one of David and Chrissy's favorite movies. What's that about? And I don't know what we'll do for Sunday. Micah says, I like these sandy shores the most in GTA 5. Mom once says, the poor horse was struggling to get up. He was like me. He was like, give me a minute, Arthur. Yeah. That always makes me sad. And Mom once says, I just can't play GTA 5 for long periods of time. There are things I do enjoy switching characters, especially during a firefight. I like the idea that you can fly in this game. That's fascinating to me. Mama One says, I play a few days, then I'm done. Red Dead Redemption 2, I can play hours each day. Yeah, same here. I love Trevor, as I've mentioned before. I really love Mike Franklin's the house that he gets in the Vinewood Hills. I really love the architecture and design of that house. Yeah, we'll finish that playthrough.
I'm happy to stable that for you. No papers, huh? Well, I can't give you full price on account of that might be stolen.
It's just not doing that well. But, you know, it's like, it's not doing as well as I hoped it would. But, you know, as I always say, this channel has become a labor of love or a vanity project rather than a viable business model. But that's okay. I'm nothing if not vain. I probably think this song is about me. Micah says, I like Micah's house out of all of them. Yeah, Micah's house is too Miami for me. And it seems very Miami rather than LA. It also reminds me of, like, you know, it really reminds me of The Sopranos, just the architecture and design of it. But I prefer Franklin's house. And we'll do a little shootout because we're Bad Honor in the Wild West.
Who else? Sure, I'll shoot you. Wouldn't mind some practice.
Well, let's get to it then.
Right between the eyes.
And there we go.
Mom once says, oh, dinner tonight was raccoon stew. We had some canned raccoon meat. I canned it myself. I put gator eggs from our local Amish store, onions, carrots, lima beans. I made white rice, cornbread, and pecan pie. That sounds delicious and filling, Mama One. I had pizza salad, which is one of my favorite ways to eat salad. Mama One says 6 gator eggs to be exact, and homemade broth from raccoon bones. We need to get a double action so we can get the Bad Honor grip. But right now we have a Schofield and we have Jim Boy Calloway's revolver. Micah says, what do you think of Lester's house? Is Lester the hacker? GTA 5. Lester and the Hoarder. Lester Crest. Yeah.
Looking for trouble?
Also known as Long John Teabag. Yeah. You know, nothing special. I like Trevor's
It's the crook, is it?
I like how Trevor ruins every environment that he's in. He just turns it into like an extension of his trailer and an extension of what his brain looks like. His like that house he has on the beach or the apartment, which is like very close to architecturally to what me and Sadie live in, and how he just like ruins it. You know, like that lady put "Live, Laugh, Love" on the wall, and he just writes a big "FU" on it. You know, and it's like, yeah, it's just horrifyingly amusing to me and charming. Miko says, "Yes, the one in the wheelchair." Yeah, yeah. I didn't really have any opinion on it, other than that's seems like how he would live. He's living most of his life online. Papuan says, Schofield is the best Wild West. I carry mine on my every day. I used to carry a Colt 1911, my favorite handgun, but I love the Schofield. And Miko says, Trevor's trailer was okay when Mrs. Madrasso cleaned it up. I don't think I got that far, Miko. But I do, I love his trailer. I was amazed at how much money he had when we unlocked him. Because money means nothing to him. It's just a matter of buying weapons. It's a tool. Yeah, we have plenty of money now, all three of us. I mean, Franklin, Trevor, and Michael. But I'm only using it to buy weapons upgrades. I know we were supposed to get a business, but I don't care. And cars are disposable in that game. It's like I just grab one and I don't even bother with the only vehicle that I like that that I associate with a character is Franklin's motorcycle. Everything else, I'll just grab whatever's convenient and whatever I feel is appropriate for the character. Papuan says, I think Trevor is a special medicine head. I agree, Papuan. He always has filthy homes and seems crazy due to drug use. I remember my son playing as him. My son would make him huff gasoline. Wow, I didn't know you could do that. I want to do that. Yeah, Trevor, the rampage mode is just, sure, why not? Mom once says, what's your favorite American standard bred? This one. But I used to like the buckskin one. I used to love Palomino breeds, or the Palomino coat in this game. Miko says, Floyd's beach condo was also all right, especially for a bachelor. Yeah, architecturally, that's the closest to what me and Sadie are living in now. But I didn't write "Live, Love, Laugh" on the wall. Oh, I forgot. We do Miko's. I don't know if we have Jack's fishing mission in there, but we have we do Micah. Forgive me, not Miko's mission. Papa one says, go to his trailer, there's a gas can, hit the button and you will... It's like Michael having his green drink. And Micah says, I like the cutscenes for his rampage missions, especially the one with the military. We've done one with like hillbillies, and one with gangsters. So we haven't done the military one yet.
Dutch said you was a big shadow cast by a tiny tree.
I don't even know.
Big shadow, tiny tree.
Tough boy.
Another great
Not one of those
quote.
Gentlemen trying to protect his riding clothes.
I just know whenever things get
But it's
real,
just
you turn
Micah
yellow. lose your head.
Yellow.
trying to undermine Arthur's
Guess
position,
you won't be riding
and
with
so
me to rob the bank
seeds
until
of doubt
Jones
and
about this
paranoia.
time in the Strawberry.
And also, I
heard
love
one of
Micah's
those
coat.
Driscoll boys yapping about it while I was inside.
You and me? Do a robbery?
That's what I said, didn't I?
Cloudy says, Super Antonio, do you know the story of that MC biker that Trevor canceled outside of his house? The one with the girlfriend that he was having a bath lady experience with? Are you talking about that one? I cut that scene out of the playthrough. I believe it is in part 2, but I couldn't. It was just too violent.
Told you. I ain't going back to
It's basically a curb stomp.
Dutch without a peace offering.
So what's the deal with...
Micah says the one with the hillbillies has a lot of swearing. Yeah, there's a lot of swearing in that game.
Time every day, like I said, the end.
I have these subtitles turned off.
Many men?
You don't need to know.
Riders?
Nothing
Sadie doesn't need to
serious.
hear that.
It'll be fine.
I heard the
Mama one says Palomino is my favorite, followed by Ennis. If you don't mind me asking, could you say which horse is your favorite horse in each town's stable? Let's see. Chocolate Brown Dutch Warm Blood in Valentine. Gold Turcoman in Saint Denis. The Amber Champagne MFT in Scarlet Meadows. The Strawberry Ardennes up north.
Heard they took over some
And
big
then
ranch.
down south, we have Biscuit, of course. Well, in Blackwater, I like all three of them darn horses. Biscuit and the and Silver Dollar, the Silver Turk, and the Rose Gray Arabian. And then way down south in Tumbleweed, probably Javier's Boaz.
till it's too late. Like that move you pulled in Strawberry,
I'm thinking,
making me kill Harry.
and I'm amazed that I can do that off the top of my head.
Precious they are.
Micah says, I also keep forgetting Trevor is actually Canadian. Trevor the actor or Trevor the character?
Done more than once now, and you only been
Because
living with us a few months.
he's a horrible Canadian.
Or bicker about it. What's done is done.
I play Micah. I play Micah with a mullet and a trucker hat. He looks great with a trucker hat. Miko says Franklin's new house in Vinewood Hills is also very nice, but too see-through for me. I also have some reservations about living on an incline. Yeah, that's a lot of view.
All right.
Mama one says Boaz is underappreciated, and Micah says his character. Oh, interesting. I did not know that. And Cloudy says, yeah, his name was Johnny Klebets. You get to play him in GTA 4 as part of the Lost and Damned DLC. One of my favorite stories in the GTA series.
Need to hit them
Oh,
fast
interesting.
before they
I had
get
no
into
idea.
town.
Just don't lose your head this time.
Of course, tough guy. They should be here any minute. Look, there they are.
We did great in
Right
this
on
mission.
time. Get covered up. Come on. Ride.
Basically, my strategy for this is use the bolt action, good old bolty, and try to get the drivers first. Don't even bother with the guards until you stop the wagon. Stop the wagon first. Miko says, yes, Ennis is a handsome horse. He also has blue eyes. And Odok says, I popped other players from Franklin's house. From the pool. Yeah, sad that Chop, you can't take Chop inside. Chop has to live outside.
Sweetheart.
And some free hats. I know you guys like hats.
Are you getting on?
Mama one says it feels weird that Franklin goes from being a gang member in the hood to being able to buy a multi-million-dollar mansion. Feels like the cops would have caught on. Technically, he's house sitting, Mama one. I don't think he owns that house. Micah says, I can never get a gold medal on this mission. I can never complete it within the required time limit.
How long does it take?
Yeah, you gotta be fast. I'm pretty sure we didn't get a gold this time. But I, took my time looting those guys.
Hoping there won't be a next time.
And I wanted that hat. And, I don't care.
Here.
And Micah gives us a Lancaster.
Go, Arthur. From me to you. That's more your style than
25 rounds solves a lot of problems.
what did I tell you? Like licking butter off a knife.
Something like that.
And who licks butter off a knife?
Break it open here, be done with it.
Seems unsanitary.
More than we can carry. And there might be a second crew of riders tailing.
All right then.
Mama one says, well, he's house sitting a long time. He's been in that home since 2013. He's pretty much squatting now, yeah.
Big tank, new wagon to boot.
Miko says, I think Lester bought that house for Franklin. Yeah, Miko.
Ain't sure I trust
Based on the call they had after the mission, Franklin thanked him profusely.
I know we got off.
I'm amazed, like Franklin's friends from the hood didn't like
Reckon we're allowed to lie.
make themselves at home. He must have not told them that he had moved there.
Gets things done. Same as you.
gets things done. You'd be wearing a California collar now if I hadn't broken you out of jail.
And I have expressed my gratitude.
Yeah, interesting. I don't think we do Jack in this. I thought for sure we would.
Back in one piece.
Just sentimental mission. Nope, we don't. Papa one says, I feel like Arthur would ride a thoroughbred, a Dutch warmblood, Andalusian. I wish Red Dead Redemption 2 offered more horses. They should have at least added the online horses to story mode. They are in your games files, and you can pull them out with a mod. Now we're getting robbed. This is the exact same setup as Mrs. Adler and Arthur after the balloon fiasco, but it's a lot more romantic. Miko says, yeah, Franklin was distancing himself from the hood, except for Lamar. Yeah, you have to get away from that. Papa one says, continues, they had such a potential for new horses as the game was the newest and was incredibly popular. I mean, people love GTA, but Red Dead Redemption 2 was life-changing. They could have at least updated some horses, or tried to keep the online going at least. And Miko agrees, Papa one. Those online horses are great. Yeah, they abandoned this game. They're not, they're not sentimental about it like we are. And all they do is see the dollar signs that the Grand Theft Auto franchise brings in. Micah says, I wish he had access to those masks the O'Driscolls are wearing. Loot mask. Or like, yeah, one of those guys that you could loot, you would get the mask.
Why is it
But just
every
one.
job I do with you
And it would be
ends in
random.
a pile of dead bodies?
Since when did you have a problem killing O'Driscolls?
He's got a point.
Let's strip this coach then. It clearly ain't going nowhere now. You know,
You can't shoot that
we
out
should
until
really pick
Micah
up a
tells you
lawbreaker one
to
of
shoot
these
it out.
days. Save ourselves some bullets.
Yeah, because saving bullets is such a concern of yours.
That should do it.
Come on, let's see if all this was worth
All
it.
I see is you.
Mama one says, according to the wiki, Franklin served 5 years in Bolting Brook Prison. He and Lamar started their own set of the gang.
Look at that. What's the cut here?
It's good. Just make sure the gang gets its piece.
Yeah. Like I said,
Big shadow.
Yeah,
Tiny tree.
Lamar is my least favorite character,
That still don't mean nothing.
but
Get out
you know, just because I don't,
See Dutch.
I don't like
Make
hip hop
sure you ain't
and
falling.
R&B,
I know, boss.
and I don't like the
I know.
fashion,
It's
and
been fun.
I don't like the language and vernacular. Mama one says Anthony Foreman could be Franklin's great-great-grandfather. Yes, you're right. Miko says there's rumors circulating online again about a next-gen version of Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, that's what Odog and I were talking about that earlier. Looks like they, we're talking about March 2025. It's a wait-and-see situation. We shall wait, and we shall see. You don't really have time to loot these guys, and we don't really need the money, but we might as well. We don't really need money this playthrough because we're not going to be, we've already upgraded the camp so we can fast travel. We're not going to be buying any horses, and we are not going to be paying off any bounties. Mama one says Ortilli could be Tanisha's grandmother or great-grandfather, as Tanisha's last name is Jackson as well. Interesting. I did not know that. It's a popular name, though, but I love Miss Tilly. I love her accent. And that, my friends, sorry for the cutoff, it's about all we have. Jerry Harris says, gotta go, night. It was a long week. Thanks for keeping this game alive. Thanks, Jerry, for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Leo Friedman says, hey to you, Mr. Leo. Shout out to the mods, Miko and Papa One and Mama One and Odog and David, of course. Get well soon. Serena, happy birthday. We shall return tomorrow night for a movie night. I forget what we're doing. Oh, yeah, we're doing Pale Rider tomorrow night. And it's good to talk to you, Micah. Did I say shout out to you, Miko? And Betzaro, who's already gone. And Odog has some peace signs for you. Miko says thanks for the stream. And thank you, mods. Like and subscribe. Appreciate all of you. We shall do this again tomorrow night.